Sprained ankle, stepped on a guy's foot. They're evaluating him now. I'm not sure what the extent of the injury is going to be, but it's at least a sprain. It's unique, but we've got to look past that. I mean, our guys have been unbelievable through all this. I always talk about the spirit, how they just continue to fight. I mean, our circumstances are pretty heavy right now for sure, but the attitude has been phenomenal. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna lay it on the line every single day. We're gonna keep pouring into the work. That's what we got to focus on. Love how that group that finished the game, came in and took advantage of the opportunity. Obviously, we came out with a loss, but we keep talking about just how we got to play, how we got to approach every single day. And obviously now opportunities are just continue to present themselves even more. So how these guys respond to that, that's what I'm excited for. Obviously, you absolutely wish the circumstances were different, but our guys have been fully together throughout this. They keep fighting, and we're going to need more of that and keep double downing on that because that's how we're built.
In that third quarter after Bane went out, they selected Gigi Jackson to shoot the free throw, and you left him in the game. Just what in particular led to you leaving him in the game instead of going back to whoever you wanted to put in the game? You left Gigi in, and just what did you think about his play?
Yeah, I mean, these opportunities are going to be coming now. I mean, obviously, Gigi, Jake, for example, I mean, they've been taking full advantage of their opportunity, doing a lot of good things with the hustle. And obviously, he's been someone I've been thinking about. Obviously, given our circumstances, didn't know how it was going to shake out tonight. But in this, 3-game set at home and games moving forward, want guys that are, developing and trying to get better in our vision for them individually, but also for the team. And I just kind of felt it in the moment, getting him out there. Obviously, he's going to have his moments where he's got to get better. Got beat on the dribble a couple times, building on the rebounds. It's all part of his learning. Really proud of Jake coming in, getting his opportunity. I switched up the sub pattern there in the second half. I thought he gave us a little bit of spark, not just the shooting, but physicality he was playing with. So there's going to be a number of guys that, the roles may change and all that, but the standard doesn't. And, I just kind of leaned and just, felt in the moment.
Third of the last 4 games, Luke has finished with 4 more assists. He had 6 tonight. How do you kind of work with him to kind of toggle, being that playmaker, but also letting it fly with the frequency that he needs to for the offense to kind of be at the standard that you want it to be at?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been playing great basketball, and we're going to lean into him being, a playmaker for us. Not just for the injuries that we're incurring right now, but I trust him to find the right balance. Obviously, when he's spacing the floor and playing off, making quick decisions, whether it's pump fake, resets when guys are flying at him getting inside the paint, coming off a pick and roll or dribble handoff. Whether it's score or play make, it's a delicate balance. I mean, it's a big responsibility you see with a lot of our guys. Whether it's Dez, Ja, Jaren, but in Luke's case, obviously with the elite shooting ability, we want him obviously to emphasize that, but not make that the only thing that he keeps hearing from us. We want him to make quick decisions, know that he's got playmaking opportunity situations, whether it's handoffs, get actions, pick and rolls. Teams run him off the line, but I've trusted him to make those balances. That's working with our assistant coaches. Obviously, teams are throwing the game plan at him. I heard Ty Lue. Obviously, Ty Lue knows him really well, trying to deny him, get up on him, and all that stuff. And we'll see how teams approach him moving forward, whether it's score mode or play make mode. But the fact that he's got both at his disposal is awesome for us.
Not to overharp on the injuries here, but as they happen, does it get, as a coach, is it more challenging to motivate as they happen one by one, or have you seen your team react differently?
I think, probably earlier in the season, it was kind of like a shock moment because they piled up pretty quickly so early in the season. And, I hate to say that the fact that we've gone through it, it kind of just toughens up your skin a little bit more, toughens up your spirit a little bit more. And that's why I referred back to even, when Ja was out, Marcus was out, Luke was out, obviously we've had Steven and BC out. The way the guys were fighting throughout, even though we weren't getting the results, was great. How we approached every single day. Obviously, Ja comes back, Marcus, Luke, we kind of take on a different, edge and swag and stuff, which, you would expect. But right now, obviously, I mean, it's one after the other. Our guys' spirit's been great. I think it's a great balance, how we just got to continue picking each other up. And just my mentality is right on to the next play, right on to the next opportunity, the next guy, how we're going to help them help us get better. And luckily, especially the guys that are, in street clothes that are injured right now, they've been phenomenal. You see how Marcus is, standing up, being animated on the bench. We'd expect, when Ja's back, and he'll be doing the exact same thing. Dez, we'll figure out the timeline there. But these guys have been just there for each other throughout, and that's the biggest thing that we hold true to our spirit.
Hey, Coach, on the three-point defense, I know a lot of them was contested, but in the second quarter, it seemed like they pulled away. What did they do? Or they just made tough shots in the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big priority that we've got to take those shots away. They did a little bit better job in the second half, driving and kicking out to three. It was emphasizing the shift, but our shifts got a little bit lower. And then just off the dribble threes, that was something that was a priority that we didn't do a good job of tonight. Whether it was guards, bigs, we were switching, we were in one-on-one situations off of a pick and roll, knowing that's a priority. Those guys make it tough. They've got all the moves, dance inside and out. But when we've played them the first two games, we've done a much better job. Tonight we regressed in that department. Great. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.